Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. My name is Muhammad Awad. I'm ICT and computer science teacher. Inshallah, in this video, we'll start with the subjects ICT, which is stands for Information and Communication Technology. We'll start with chapter 1, which is types and components of computer system. The first part, which is 1.1, hardware and software. Let's take a look. Types and components of computer systems. It's the first unit in this subject, and let's start with 1.1, hardware and software. Before we move inside this, we need to define what do we mean by hardware and what do we mean by software. So in a simple way, hardware is a general term for physical components that make up a typical computer system. So whatever we have in a computer which is visible or which is touchable, we call it the hardware. There are many examples for the hardware in the computer, like input devices and output devices considered as a hardware devices, like keyboard, mouse, camera, monitor, printer, and plotter. All of them, they are considered the hardware. Meanwhile, the hardware is classified into two categories. We have internal hardware and external hardware. If we want to talk about this also, the internal hardwares actually are the hardware that's located inside the computer box. Example for that, like motherboard, hard disk, SSD disk, RAM, ROM, NIC card, graphics card, and sound cards. All of them are considered as the internal hardware. An example for external hardware, as we said, is just like input and output devices are considered as an example for the external hardware. Next point, here there is a figure or diagram which is giving some examples of different internal computer hardwares, as we said, like motherboard, RAM, which stands for random access memory, ROM, read-only memory, central processing unit, which we call it as a computer brain, networks interface card, NIC card, graphics card, sound card, and just other storage devices like internal hard disk drive and solid state drives. Those are some this figure 1.2 examples of internal hardwares. As we can see here, all those hardwares are located inside the computer. So the second point that we need to talk about, it's about the software. As we said, like when we talk about the computer components, we talk about two types of components. The first component is hardware, and the second component is a software. We said hardwares are the physical parts, and it has been classified into two categories, just like internal hardware and external hardware, as we explained earlier. The second part, which is the software. If we want to define a software, we can say it is a general term used for the programs that control the computer system and process the data. This is about the software. It's the general term for all the programs that we used in a computer, and we use it to control the system and make the use of it possible. So this software also is just like divided into two types. The first type, of the first component of the software, we call it as application software, provides a service that the user required to solve the given task. We can just also define this application softwares as the softwares that we use for the specific task. Example for application softwares like word processing, spreadsheets, database, video, even games and graphics editors considered as an application softwares. The other type is called system software. We can define it also as a software designed to provide a platform on which all the other softwares can run. It is just like considered as a platform where we can run the other softwares. Example for the system software like compilers, linkers, device drivers, and even operating system, and some other utilities like antiviruses and so on. This is here. Now let's finish again. If we come and try to explain, we said this is called computer components. We have two types of components, hardware and software. We said the hardware is divided into two types, internal hardware and external hardware. Software is also divided into two parts, like application softwares and system softwares. Those are the different type of hardwares and softwares. Here are some examples of application softwares, programs that allow users to do a specific task. Example like word processing, spreadsheets, database, and so on. Next, example for the system software is just like before that. We can just, as we said, the system software programs that allow the hardware to run, or it's just like work at the platform where we can run the other software. Example like operating system, utilities just like a kind of software or programs. Example like antiviruses, anti-spywares, backup of files, security screen servers, all are considered as the utilities. Next point, which is 1.13, which is about analog and digital data. As it's shown in figure 1.5, we have our computer can only understand the binary format, so the computer will understand only the digital format, which is it can be represented in form of zeros and one. But in the reality, most of the systems and actually most of the things in the nature are working according to the analog data is, and that's makes us need to make a kind of conversion, which is called analog to digital conversion and digital to analog conversion using two type of hardware devices. The first one, we call it analog to digital converter, which is convert the analog signals to a digital format, and we have also digital to analog converter, which is convert from digital to analog. The first one we just call it ADC, and the second one is called DAC. Those are the two types. Inshallah, in the next class we'll carry on with the next topic. Thank you very much.